So let's get started, right? Whoa. Looks good. Okay, so it's time for OME 2026. Welcome, everybody, here in Germany, in Düsseldorf, for the first time, actually, at the Heinrich-Heine University. So I'm Steffi. I think this year we have many first-time attendees here in the meeting, which is great. So I'm here in Düsseldorf, the head of the Center for Advanced Imaging. So we do run an OMERO instance. So I'm an OMERO person in the OME ecosystem since 2016. So my first contact with OMERO OME was in 2009, actually. So at that time, it was quite painful, I have to say, for users to so for some experience, but I totally understood the idea why it is super important to go for it. And so that's why we are super proud to host this meeting today. I mean, it's a little bit of an historical meeting in an historical building, which is great. So it's the first meeting after Jason left, and we will share all information about this later. And yeah, we have to talk to each other. And so that's great that so many people made it to Düsseldorf, and we have many other people attending online. So I say hello to the online people. I hope everything is fine, that they have a good sound and everything. So thanks to my team in the back, they put up everything to make this work. Okay, so we are in Düsseldorf at Heinrich-Heine University. This building is a campus of the university in the city center, which is great. Makes it easy for you to come here. But of course, there's another campus out in the south, which is where we actually work. And so my co-facility is part of the faculty for mathematics and natural sciences. And that's now great pleasure to also welcome our dean of the university, or of this faculty, who is Professor Martin Heil. And I now invite him to come to stage to greet you.
Yeah, good morning, dear colleagues, participants, and organizers, both here on site, and good morning also to those joining us online from around the world. My name is Martin Heil, and I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. It is my great pleasure to warmly welcome you all to Heinrich-Heine University and to this beautiful house of the university here in Düsseldorf for the 19th OME meeting. This city palace was originally constructed at the end of the 19th century for, not too surprisingly, a bank, and continued to serve banking purposes well into the 2000s. In 2011, the building was acquired by the Van Meteren Foundation, extensively renovated for its new role as a center for information and scientific exchange. Since then, it has become a vibrant place of dialogue between scientists and also between science and society, aiming to anchor research, teaching, and academic culture within the city center. The house of the university also offers a wide range of public events as part of the Citizens University approach. Heinrich-Heine University and the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences are delighted that Düsseldorf is making its mark on the international OME stage. We hope that the inspiring atmosphere of this venue will contribute positively to your meeting and to the ambitious goals of the OME community. When I'm asked in my role as a dean, to give a welcoming address, my first instinct usually is to look for a polite way to decline, to be honest. I am, after all, an experimental psychologist studying infant cognition. And the last time I used a microscope was almost, 40 or 50 years ago. So what meaningful words could I share with you? However, when Steffi approached me several weeks ago, the situation was different, to be honest. I have to come to know Steffi as an exceptionally constructive and collaborative colleague, so I agreed immediately, with no idea what OME even stands for. So she kindly provided me with some information. And what I've learned since then has genuinely impressed me. I'm very enthusiastic about your consortium, about its goals and approaches, and especially about its achievements so far. You are addressing and advancing many of the ideas that I consider essential for the future of the sciences. As I understand, this year's meeting includes important decisions to be made, which makes it all the more significant that Düsseldorf has been chosen as the venue for the first time. While I do not know any details, I'm certain that this choice would not have been possible without the dedicated and continued efforts of Steffi and Tom. Unfortunately, I cannot stay because I have other commitments today, but I wish you a conference that you will remember fondly for years to come, filled with intensive exchange, lively discussion, and thoughtful decisions that will shape the future of your consortium. And finally, I invite all of you to visit the Heinrich-Heine University campus itself at least once during your stay, if only to discover that the elegance of this building is, how should I put that, not entirely typical for all our university facilities. Thank you, and I wish you a successful and inspiring meeting. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Martin. That was really great. And yeah, that was really inspiring words for us now. And yeah, this is the campus actually. It looks a little bit different than this environment what we have here. And because the logo of the university was placed in such a smart way, I could use it to show you where we are with the imaging center. So we are living in this new building block here. And this is exactly our building. And so at least the people attending the hackathon on Friday, May 1st, when there's a holiday in Germany, brave people, they have the chance to see our actual home at the university. So, okay, so let's get started. Martin introduced already the Haus der Universität. I just can skip this one. It's an historic building. It was a bank house, and now it's owned by the university, which is great, and we make really use of it for many, many different activities. So the capacity of this room here is 115 people, and we have now 97 people registered. So it is absolutely great. It's a little bit crowded now, so that's why we really need to do a little bit of housekeeping. So if you are an EduRoom person, check you have Wi-Fi already. If not, you have the chance to have another Wi-Fi, this of the Haus der University. And the name is this one, and this is the password. Don't ask me, the Germans. So there's a weekly update of the password. And I don't know what happened to the Rechenzentrum people, so I have no idea. So just take this and okay. So all the lectures will take place in this event hall here. And we kindly ask the speakers to check your talk in this laptop in the coffee break before your session. That would be great. And if we have the breaks and the ending of the breaks, there will be a bell. I don't know if the bell is around here.
Bell is waiting there.
Ah, the bell is waiting there, and Lisa, so we call her now Lisa Bell, is ringing the bell. So if you hear the bell, then something is happening. So just pay attention to it. Okay, so then a warm welcome also from my side to the online participants. So the etiquette for online participation is please keep your mic muted. Ask your questions in the chat. The tech team will take care of your questions, and they will read your questions to the audience. And what we also would like to announce now is that we will record all the talks and share it publicly after the meeting, that those people who really could not attend either in person or online afterwards have the chance to see what we've been talking about. Okay, so And of course, so here in this room, no food and drinks allowed, but online you can have as much. I don't care, it's not my responsibility. Okay, so there's a little bit of a code of conduct, and those people who attend the NGFF meetings with Virginie know it already, and we of course want to follow the rules also in our OME meeting. So be inclusive, welcome diverse points of views, and create space for all voices to be shared, to be heard. Stay curious, so ask questions with genuine interest, challenge ideas respectfully and not personally. Prioritize understanding over agreement, please. Respect boundaries, be mindful of others' perspectives and comfort levels when interacting. Treat everyone equally, value each person's contribution, regardless of background or career stage. Embrace learning, so we are all here to grow. There's no stupid question at all. So I think that's easy to follow for the OME community. Okay, some practical aspects. This is the event hall, but as you have seen, there are many floors here for the building. So today we have a poster session with dinner, and this will take place on the 2nd and the 3rd floor. And there's one thing I really like to ask you: watch out for the steps. That has become already the code for the meeting, because there is this, it's an historical building, so this is a staircase. There is a lift also available for people who want to avoid the stairs. So that is a tricky one. So maybe not everybody running up there. So, but yeah, just watch out the steps. So the workshops on Wednesday afternoon will also take place on the 2nd and 3rd floor. Then we will populate all the seminar rooms that are available for us. And on the Wednesday evening, we have the conference dinner at the Ürige, which is a brewery, a traditional brewery. And what they do, they brew Altbier. That is the typical beer of the region here. And I have to say, Altbier is almost the opposite of Kölsch. What is the beer of the Cologne area? So if you now feel some tension, this is true. It's really serious. So just don't try to order Kölsch. So just don't do it. Okay. So it's Ürige is very close to the River Rhine. So if you have the chance, maybe you just walk a few meters longer to go to the waterfront to have a look how Düsseldorf looks there. It's really beautiful, and the weather will be good for the whole week. That's great. So this is the information for Wednesday evening. So, and we will walk together. It's only 500 meters, and yeah, you will be guided, but there are also the directions in the information sheet. If you follow the QR code on your badge, then you can find out more. So, okay, if you need workspace, individual workspace, if you have a video call or something like that, you could go on Tuesday and also on the other days to the 1st floor. Today we have the meeting room also on the 3rd floor. Yeah, so you can go there and do some work, whatever you need. Yeah, I'm somehow responsible in the end, so just try to be careful. In case of emergency, and that's mainly important for this room, please take the stairs up there. There's another chance to get out. There's a sign over the door in the back. There's a second entrance or exit, as you want to say, on that side. Just follow the signs in that case. So if there are any other further questions coming up, so then you can watch out for those people who wear the green badge, like me. They might have more information. So not all of them are locals, but they know the other locals around. So you can just approach them for any kind of questions or support you need. This is the Orga team. So, and that brings me to the Orga team. And I really already now want to thank those great people. And it's it's a great mixture of people coming together and making this event happen. It's, of course, the program committee. Yeah, it's Virginie, Jean-Marie, Erin, Matthew, Josh, of course, and Kaya and Eric. Thank you so much. In combination with those people of the imaging center, the local HHU team, Miri, Tom, Anna, Sepp, Manuel, and there are now other people wearing another hat. So we have Christian, we have Vanessa, she's also in Düsseldorf, we have Inga, she is the person who knows everything about the meeting. So if you really want the good information, go to Inga. She works also with me in Düsseldorf, and Marie. Marie is not attending, but she did all this kind of paperwork in the back. And they are running on the NFDI for Bioimage Consortium, money in the end, I have to say. And they are the people from German bioimaging, like Janina, Lisa, and Christa. They are also here. And all together, we did all the organization of this meeting, and all together, we hope that you have a good experience. And from my side, many thanks to those people already. So that's really great. Okay, and we also have to thank the institutions and funding agencies who gave the money, the funding for make this happen. And of course, first place, our university here for really giving us the opportunity to use this building here for the conference. Then German Bioimaging is heavily supporting the meeting. So as you have realized, we don't have user fees here, and we thought, oh, that's important for this kind of meeting, or for this meeting, to make it easy for people to join. And this is also due to the heavy sponsoring of German Bioimaging, and also Blanco is on board for this. And some money also comes from NFDI for Bioimage, because that's an activity which is at the heart of this consortium. What is where I'm also the spokesperson. And I really also want to highlight that DFG is supporting individually this meeting with a grant for the speakers and workshop providers for the traveling, but also all the funding to NFDI somehow is supporting the meeting. So, and that's really great support from this German funding organization, I have to say. And with this, I hand over to somebody you should know. Okay.
Thank you. So, hi from my side as well. You don't know me, so there are some new people. So I'm Josh Moore, Technical Director of German Bioimaging. And as Steffi pointed out, I wear several hats. This is the hat I've worn the longest, to the great dismay of my wife. Right. I think I'm the third oldest person wearing an OME hat currently. And so it's my honor to also welcome you from the wider leadership team of the OME. And we'll get into exactly, as Martin mentioned, what that means. And we'll be talking about that a lot at the conference. So for some of you, I guess it raises the question, though, what exactly is OME? You know, why did you get here? So if you look at the website, there's this quote. OME is a consortium of universities, research labs, industry, and developers producing open source software, that's important, and format standards for microscopy data. So that does get it across. That's why this kind of stood the test of time, but it doesn't quite give you the feel of what OME is. Hopefully you've already gotten a sense this is a little bit of a different meeting. So welcome. What does tell you, I think, a lot about who we are these 19 meetings that we've had. So I missed the first one. It was in cold Dundee many years ago. And then for over a decade, we met at the lovely Institut Pasteur in Paris, hosted by the late Spencer Short, and had a great time. And the community grew and blossomed. And at some point, I'm not exactly sure how that happened, we started going back to Dundee. But oddly enough, we also had lovely weather and had a great time for another handful of years in Dundee. And then last year, as I think Steffi mentioned, we were in the US for the first time, and now in Germany. So there's this sense, I think, also of what we want to get across, is that OME is growing and we want to go global. We will talk about, I think, by the time we end on Thursday, where else the meeting could be, who else wants to get involved, and that really is the theme. So you're now here, you're a part of OME, and let's see what we can make it. I'll skip the COVID years. They did happen. We were online quite quickly, but anyway, what's at the heart of OME, though, are really these products that we build, right? The base of everything we do started early 2000, is a format to make microscopy data compatible, understandable, and that was OME XML. It's still around. We still use XML. It's in many of the products you use, even if you don't know it. A couple of years later, though, the team started to grow. We built OME TIFF as kind of a format that you can actually do work with. In OME XML, we were encoding the data as text. It was a bad idea, but we knew that. Okay. On top of that is bioformats, this project that even if you don't know, you are using. It's the heart of everything we do. It transforms really hundreds of different file formats into something we call fair data now. And at the top, this image data service, Omero, that many of you will use, right? So these are the things. So, and over the years, we started doing this because we thought there was a critical need, and it turned out that was true. And many of you started adopting that. And we've now been doing this since the turn of the millennium. And we need to talk about maybe what comes next. Because what you realize is it keeps expanding. And there was an inflection point, so about 10 years ago. So we took the products we were building and started building the image data resource. So we provided this first generic image server for the world. That did well. But we realized we were having scaling problems. So then we need to start talking about other ways of storing data. So how do we go beyond OME-TIFF? And that's this next generation file format, NGFF, that we'll talk about, which is using the ZAR. So ZAR is kind of like the next TIFF. And all of this is happening at roughly the same time as the FAIR paper is coming out. And as we were setting up the program for the meeting, we were discussing, is this cause, is this effect, is this correlation? What is it that happened about 10 years ago that has kind of changed the world, right? And I think that's something we really need to have a handle on and maybe talk about explicitly. Because what it means is that there are all these other pieces of what OME is. There's running all the funding and just keeping the lights on and meetings going and just getting things working. It's communicating with the community, the roadmap, spelling out, here's where we're going. Here are all the things we're going to do. That's also why we have many of you here, is to tell us where you want us to go, what you want us to do, and doing all that coordination. We have all kinds of meetings. Now, I think I'll share some screenshots tomorrow if I have some time. I think I found Google Docs going back to 2013 of a meeting every day where we talk about these things, right? And we take notes every day for, 13 years. And that was just the Google Docs I could find. So anyway, there's a lot that goes on here, and we'll try to express that to you, but also maybe get some people involved in making all that happen. There's something else that's OME, which is Jason. So he's been mentioned. For 25 years, Jason was the sole head of OME and made it happen. As Steffi mentioned, he stepped down at the end of last year. So one thing we want to do, since it was between international meetings, we want to take the moment and say thank you. Oh, very live. There is a card I have. You can sign it. Having a distributed, federated project means you can't go around getting people to sign stuff. So it's here. You can sign it physically. I'll also see Jason next week, and I can give him to it. So if you want to do something, let me know. Okay, so. If you don't know, I was really worried he was going to wear a different shirt today. So.
That big picture from my daughter.
Oh, it gets better, Jason. I mean, go ahead and take a picture. So for 25 years, he wore a blue shirt. I did ever try to get shirts from his wife so that we could put the OME logo on it. Didn't work. She wouldn't give it to me. But so, first of all, let me do this. So, upon leaving, Jason wrote, thank you, Steffi, wrote a post on ImageSC. It's on the left. If you're not on ImageSC, that's where our community talks. So you're missing out. Join it now. You don't have to listen to me. It's worth it. The transition was happening, but critically, we needed a way to, as I said, keep the lights on in OME. So Jason appointed a couple of us to an interim transition team. So try to figure out, what are we going to do with OME? Okay, so this is who is mentioned in Jason's post. I'll do names in just a second, you'll see why. And so this is the people who are getting involved in kind of raising the funding and keeping OME going. And you can see we're kind of spread across the various tools that we're building, and to try to figure out what's the future. And so that's what we've been doing since October. What we realized, though, is that there's a critical component missing here. You can probably tell. I've already highlighted bioformats. And so what we really need to do, we needed to expand that a little bit. So one of the things we did, we talked to Glencoe. And so Glencoe, if it's not clear, is the commercial arm of OME. So it's a company that Jason started, what year? 2004? 3? 5. Okay. And they are really the sole supporters of bioformats, this critical piece of infrastructure. So we need to figure out a way to work as a combined unit. And so that's what we've done. We've founded this OME management group. I'll call it, maybe, yeah. So you see me and Steffi. There's Matthew Hartley from EBI. Go ahead and come up. So we're going to do a thing. Jean-Marie from the University of Dundee. He's the one who wears the hat longer than me. Virginie from the University of Zurich, and Aaron is up front as well. So, and you'll see we did the blue shirt. There are other people with blue shirts, and that means nothing. I did send out a memo. I should have. I did the positives, but not the negatives. But anyway, so here. Several of us had to go out and buy black pants to make this work. It wasn't easy. I'll wear my normal clothes tomorrow. Okay, anyway. So we don't have time now. This is what we did. We can talk about it. We'll figure out, especially Thursday is set up for us to have kind of open discussions. If you have ideas of what you want to talk about, fundamentally, all that was, the single decision maker in JSON for OME has been spread out a little bit. That's the blue box, the OMG. We can work on the names. But fundamentally, to let you know, we're still going. We're not going anywhere. I don't know if we're planning for the next 25 years or the next 75 years, but we'll do something. And then you have the various projects. And what we realized is in OME, we already have groups that are doing this work. They already have their own regularly scheduled meetings. They have their own decision processes. For anyone who's in NGFF, this is essentially the RFC process. It's not like we're making anything completely new. We're just finding a way to write down how we're going to work in a governance structure, right? Kind of obvious. And we can tell you more about that. But tomorrow, Steffi and I will do that in the last session. And then Thursday, we have time to talk. Okay, and with that, I'll hand back over to Steffi. Welcome again from my side. We'll get to the actual software. Anyone who doesn't know, I'm vegan. So the tofu of the meeting, and we'll do those presentations, and then we'll come back and talk about who are we as OME, and hopefully by that time, especially the people who are here for the first time, will have a sense of what is OME, right? Okay.
So a few instructions for you. So we really want to move forward together. So our goal is to evolve into a structure built to scale and last, that supports the community with a transparent and robust governance process. So pathways for those contributing to OME to take on the responsibilities. It's not only us, it's also you. So you are invited to find your place in the ecosystem. But still, we want to keep it lightweight and pragmatic operating principles. Okay, so, and one way to get into context is we want to invite you for the MetaMost chat if you did not join yet. So that's the chance again with the QR code. Actually, this is also provided by the Gabi infrastructures we are using a lot. And it's a good forum for discussion and for exchange. So please try to join the channel there. And that's a way also to start discussion. So your homework for during the meeting is come to speak to us. If you have any kind of questions or concerns or whatever, we really need to learn from you. What is your opinion? What is your feedback? What is your idea about the whole process? Maybe you can do something then like finding interest groups to continue the discussion, like the OME people. I know that in Germany, we have been building the OMERO group for those for the subunit Germany, let's call it, to give some structured feedback to the OME team. Actually, that's what we started years ago. Something like that, whatever comes to your mind. So in the program, we have a few points. This is the first session now, but we also have the session tomorrow, the second morning session, the future of the OME consortium. And definitely then the Thursday discussion forum, where we really want to collect a little bit of your ideas and your feedback. So make this your own. Tell us what you would like to discuss. That's also important. If you really if you think we should make a workshop about a specific topic, that's also possible. And we will try to fit it into the program. This is the future of OME sessions, but if you need more discussion time, have an idea, just approach us and then we will find a way to make it happen. And with this, we come already to the first speaker, the real speaker, who is Kaya Govek from Jack's Laboratory, the US. And I can say now that we planned for it because I think in the end, it's an excellent idea to have somebody who's a contributor for many years already and can give you really insights into what is happening out there. But we have to say we changed the program a little bit and now it's a perfect fit. And it's really great that you are here, Kaya, and that's your stage.